Over the 25 plus years being involved in real estate here in Jacksonville, one of the things that's been steady through it all is a small group of individuals who were here for decades and decades, making real estate in Jacksonville what it is today. I've got the tremendous honor to be here with one of those gentlemen today, Henry Rogers of Sotheby's. Henry, welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
I am basically starstruck sitting with you. It is so true that in '94, as I looked across the real estate landscape with Bill Watson and Fritz and so many of these other wonderful gentlemen who took a town that was not doing so much and turned it into something fantastic.
Well, I've been involved in a number of major things. My brother and I put together what is now the Multiple Listing Service as a private corporation, and Bill Watson was one of our early directors within the corporation, and we sold it $10 a share, and realtors had to have at least 5 shares to use it. And Bill was the big producer in the thing for while it was private. Told me one time he had about 120 silver dollars. We used to hand out a silver dollar, and they were still silver then, each time somebody sold something. And he eventually, when we sold it to realtors, Bill was a manager for realtors for a while.
Yeah. I'm the proud recipient of several of those silver dollars from Mr. Watson. Those are keepsakes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel real good about that. You know, I was just thinking, another wonderful gentleman from that era that really got it started, and I still see him about once a month, is Walter Williams. I'm sure you know Walter quite well.
Yeah, I worked under Walter with Coldwell Banker for a while.
Yeah.
And he and I had competition with vacant land. Both of us were land people a lot.
Yeah.
And Walter was a very sharp man, and his father was too. I knew him when they lived back off of Blanding. I've forgotten just where it was.
Yep. Yeah, when I first met him was even before Coldwell Banker, when he was still Walter Williams Realty, and then evolved into Coldwell Banker. But he's a wonderful man. And he's one of these gentlemen, much like yourself, that every time he sees you, you get a wave, you get a handshake, and he's just a delightful man. What have you seen over these 60 plus years as a real estate professional? What have you seen as the biggest change in the way real estate agents behave and interact with each other?
I have not been in the management since 1979 when I was president of Realtors, and the biggest change that I really see is that when I first got in it, there were almost 0 women in it. And while that changed in the thinking of and the morals of it, I don't think there's great difference. It's obviously gotten to be a huge thing. It was big back then, but is real estate, we've got about 1 million members in state of Florida, or 1 million licensees. Not all of them are realtors.
Right. Yeah, it seems like everyone with a pulse has a real estate license, and it's important to seek out those responsible people who've done it well.
Yeah.
Before we go, would you share with me the significance in commercial real estate of the CCIM designation? What makes that so special to that business buyer?
It is a program that I got my pen back in 1982 and had gone through 5 different courses out of state that had different aspects of commercial real estate. And back when I took it, there was one of them that was psychology, but they don't have it anymore, but I think that one helped me a good bit. The psychology of how do you get the guy to say yes.
Good deal.
And that was a whole week course. The CCIM have about 15,000 members around the world. If I want to do something in China, I can contact either Beijing or Shanghai, where there are chapters. Used to be a chapter in Russia. I don't in Moscow. I don't know if it's still there or not. There are a few of them in Europe, but it's thing that I like about CCIM. We all speak the same language.
Right.
We've learned the same courses, the same attitudes about how they should be done. Look out, you may have one that you're working with is a liar, but at least we're speaking the same language line.
I want to ask you one last thing.
Yeah.
I have been told that you are a wizard on the dance floor. Is this true?
Not a wizard, but I've been performing in Nutcracker Ballet. This past Christmas was my 43rd year dancing in Nutcracker Ballet.
It's
And
fantastic.
I've enjoyed it greatly, and go out on weekends going swing dancing for fun. And
It's
at my
wonderful.
age, it's not many people that are still upright.
Yep. I thank you so much for spending time with us. I've got to share with you, at my tender age of 64, I'm asked routinely, Wally, when are you going to retire? When are you going to stop doing these things? And when I spend time with Henry and others of that same time frame who are just a generation ahead of me, I got to tell you this. I want to be like Henry. I want to continue doing the things that bring joy to me, that help my employees and help my staff and help you. So thanks for being with us.